to see if I can do it without messing up. The minister had just closed a revival in a huge Midwestern city, and he stepped on the train on his way home and found himself seated beside a young man. With nothing better to do, he just tried to start up a conversation, just something about the weather, just to kind of help the time as they traveled. And he noticed that he didn't receive an answer. He turned to the young man and saw tears streaming down his cheek. He told him, "Son, I'm a minister. I'm a preacher. I'll be glad to help you any way that I can." The young man, through his tears, proceeded to tell this story. He said, "Preacher, 2 years ago I got so mean and hard that my mom and dad couldn't do a thing with me. I wasn't anything but a source of embarrassment to them. Things got so bad that I even went as far as to hit my father one day with my fist. He told me then, 'Son, I hate to do it, and it's going to break your mama's heart, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave this house. Just get away. We don't want to see you anymore.' Preacher, I wandered all over this country for the past 2 years, and about 3 weeks ago I gave my heart and life to Jesus. I told Mom and Dad what had happened. I told them I'd be on this old train. I told them I was coming home. Well, the preacher said, 'Son, that's all well and good, but how do you know you're going to be welcome? How do you know everything will be forgiven?' He said, 'Preacher, I told Dad in that letter that if everything was all right, they could forgive me of all the pain I'd caused them. For him to hang a little white rag in the top of that old apple tree. I could see it from this old train, and I'd know that everything would be all right for me to come home. Preacher, would you look out there and see what you see? I want to go home so bad. I'm so sorry for all the heartache that I've caused. Would you look out there and see if there's a little white rag tied in the top of that old apple tree?' Well, the old preacher, not knowing what to expect, not knowing the circumstances, wiped the window of that old train off and looked out. He turned around with a big smile on his face and said, 'Son, you can relax.' Said, 'That apple tree's in full blossom. I've never seen so many white rags tied in anything in all my life. And that's not all. Your mom and dad standing there with a white bed sheet waving, saying, "Come on home, son." And my friends, you know, that's just like God. No matter how far in sin we've sunk, no matter how we've wasted our lives, all we have to do is ask for forgiveness and say, "Lord, I want to live for you." And you know He will welcome each and every one.